Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into my analysis of today and yesterday. It's the 20th of September, 2024, and we just had a massive move up. Um, so yesterday, I was saying we could come into this pocket here, and maybe get a reaction off this block. This block did provide some kind of reaction, but it didn't. It didn't last. And there was always that option. We had vector recovery here. We had vector recovery here. Um, you know, there was always a chance that it was just going to push through. There was a small reaction here, very very small. Maybe on the 1 minute, but it was basically negligible. We were coming into US Open, could have tried to take something off this. I did try. I got stopped at a break even. I believe it was somewhere around here, kind of off this guy. My TP was lower, and stopped to break even, and I got stopped out here. That's okay. Now, so what are they after doing? Well, they really, really pushed up, and this is, significant. Really, got a lot of breaks here. So things that I marked yesterday. I mean, there's still areas of interest for me. Eventually, there's a chance they don't come down until next week or whenever they come down. There's a little breaker here which lines up with some of the TA I did yesterday. This breaker, that's the fair value gap here. Little vector OB inside here, but they can always go through that. But let's keep that on the chart. Put my breakers in the other chart actually. Bearish breaker. Where is that? My blind. So yeah, what can we get today? Well, if we zoom out, I want to have a look at money flow and how money flow is treating this area here. Hide the VWAPs. Yeah. So this pocket here, this massive pocket of liquidity that we came into, we seem to have gotten a reaction off this block on the 4 hour. Let's check the 8 hour. Not crazy about this block and the reaction we got off it. Not crazy about it. This one seems fine. Did we wick through it? See, did we wick through it? No, we didn't. Alright. So I guess there's a chance, this block does something here. It was responsible for a large change of character. We got a strong reaction off this. I'm looking at money flow. I want to look at money flow here. You can see that even though we came up into this area, money flow still pretty low, but it is coming up. And we did have a lot of significant structural breaks. So I'm gonna need a lot of convincing, I think, to take any kind of big shorts or anything from here. Let's have a look at this 8 hour vector that took liquidity. Yeah, I'm gonna need some convincing PA to think that we're gonna come back into here immediately, you know. I would consider this now a bullish break structure. A low wash. I'm gonna call this, because it's significant, call it 12 hour. Maybe we'll call it a 4 hour. Because you kind of have to go down to the 4 hour to really make out a bit of detail. It doesn't really matter. It's a break structure. So the thing is now, if we zoom way out, we have this 12-hour break structure. This pull is getting weaker. As we create more bullish signs here, very strong, just very strong bullish pushes and breaks of structure. You know, this is getting less likely that we're going to get significant push down after this. Now, if we come up here, right, a load of stuff up here, definitely be way more interested in catching those bigger bearish pulls. But you know, we have equal highs here. Why is that all the way down here? Tiny equal highs here. And we just have massive pocket liquidity with vector recovery. This was the push down. Look for kind of swing fails of this from here in the future. That's way in the future. What about today? Well, let's have a look at Asia. First, US came up, hit a point of control of that consolidation. What do we have here now? Come into the 1 and just mark out some structural changes. Hold that, change a character. Yep. Change a character. And then we had this. So that's a break structure. Nope. Break structure. This here is a significant structure. Polish BOS. I'll be playing with this. Okay. Take it from down here. Looking for continuation around here. US led to Sydney, as it does. Let me put these in internal. Market structure. Okay. Right. Sydney here. Sydney's high. Tokyo high got taken by China. Is that the same on InQ? Yep. Sorry, this is E-mini, this is micros. Here we have the overall Asian session low. Call that Japan. Now, I guess Asia technically isn't fully closed at the moment. We're at Tokyo close right now. We're going to be coming into UK soon. UK will be in about half an hour, 30 minutes. So, yeah. What am I thinking? You know, we're floating a bit up here. We're floating. Money flow's still thick. We have a massive vector here. Right? Big pink one on the hour. But this block just screams like, you know, this is a very strong bearish reaction from this OB, from the 1 hour. You know, I have my bigger long targets. You know, kind of classic retest of this structure would be kind of nice, but the way they've done this could be next week. Could be next week. Money flow's crazy thick. This doesn't look wants to come down here at all. Yeah. Depending on what Asia does, or sorry, UK does. If we take local, very local structure, we have liquidity grab here, taken on US Open, right? Let's get a bit more of a zoomed out version of this. So it's 24-minute, put this on 10-minute. We have an anchored VWAP around here. That's from this high. So an anchored VWAP coming in around here. Granted, it is below. Vector recovery below. But we did take liquidity here, and this is all US. So there is a chance that we get a reaction from the bottom of this area, I guess. As I pointed out back here, I wouldn't mind getting a reaction at the base of this area. If we take a range, this is kind of crap, but let's take a range from here to here. We took liquidity and then pushed up. Very strong reaction off US Open. We have the point of control of this consolidation back here, so I'll do past range point of control. That's the value area low. I don't know if I'd be cautious about taking trades off the value area low of this. You know, I still might, but I'd like this strength to really prove itself a bit higher than that, you know. We have these highs. Sydney could be a relatively strong high. Sometimes it is. The pull that we're coming into now, you know, in here, if we start getting absorption in here, I would consider a long to test this internal structure. It looks like they did an okay job of mitigating this. A lot of stacked highs here, right? Stacked highs. We take here to here before it broke down. Point of control here in a high volume node. This looks like a pretty convincing area. It's a very large volume gap into volume node. This is no longer a naked area. This could be left for US to come back into, you know. So if UK does want to bring it back up into there, you know, come down, come up, swipe the range, widen the range. There does seem to be a bearish kind of narrative coming in here. I'm going to mark out this little 10-minute block here. I like this one. I know there's stacked highs above it. But you know, we could tap into this liquidity pool here. Just note that there are vectors above it. I'm going to say, I'm going to put this point of control here as a naked consolidation point of control. I'm also going to mark the value yellow of this. So I'll do past consolidation, value yellow, volume gap there. We could just swipe. We could just swipe Asia, right? Swing fail, kind of these highs, bring it down deeper into US. I don't know if it'll come down into here, right? Could do something like that. You know, if we came down first, we could do something like this, right? Definitely, you know, I like the idea of longing from down here. You know, at this stage, we've really pushed up. I mean, this 4-hour green vector normal block is giving me kind of, I don't know, like retracement vibes. Like it might just retrace hard into here for US. You know, there's a chance we even come down here and wick that. I don't know. But locally we have this. We have this past structural point, and we've taken some liquidity around here. There are areas for bounces. I'm going to mark this 30-minute block here, just because I like the way it looks, and it led to break the structure. Blocks. The only thing that kind of has me a small bit worried is we have this fair value gap it's a blue vector on the 30. We have the bottom of US here. You know, they could just they could tap into that liquidity pool. If they do, let's see, is there any catalyst for an immediate push up? Well, that seems nicely filled. It's EU here. We have a volume gap here. Where was that? Where did I like the look of that? I'm going to mark this 10-minute out as well. So I'm just marking out these blocks, and you know, as the session will develop, I will I'll assess the situation. If I think they're good. Like really, for this, we could have a reaction inside here, or we could actually just take this liquidity into that block, right? Into this 10-minute. The thing is, it was just responsible for like this small bullish bigger structure, right? Was it really responsible for much more? I mean, it cleared us here, but we kind of had a strong reaction from that area, right? So you'd really be, it would be very, very strong swing fail vibes you'd be looking for from this, I think. But I will mark it. It's a 10-minute internal break. It's something. There's something there. There's a little volume gap there. But price could just wick into that and decide it doesn't want to be in that gap and get kind of vacuumed out, right? There's a little 10-minute block there. Entertain it. I'm going to put these into... Where's my VAs? Get out of here for now. If we look back here, I want to see where we are in comparison to this initial break that we had. We're at the point of control. It's already been tested once, right? We had a test back into this value area low of this. Now we've got a reaction. Volume theory, I guess, will tell us that it's likely we'll make it to the value area high before, well, we'll likely make it there, you know. Might not be tomorrow, or well, it can't be tomorrow. Next week, I don't know, but I think I'm kind of convinced to take longs on retracements into the structure we've made after this area develops a bit more. It's Friday, guys. It's Friday. Just play the psychology of the Friday, you know. They make runs for profits. What does that mean? Well, it means that they could chop around here and run some profits from the guys they set up yesterday, or they could run some profits in here, right? This big pivot area. ES has already taken its high, you know, with a purple vector block, which just tells me they might range. They're probably going to range up here. Naturally, I mean, kind of naturally, I guess. It's the first swipe of the high. You get something again. Take out those early shorts, maybe. I don't know. I like this pull. In here, if we start really aggressively pushing down, we could swipe the outside of this. I don't know. Kind of setting up equal lows here. This was fine. This was alright, you know. I would really want a very strong swing fail of these lows to be convinced. We do stay inside this structure. We have a block. I might as well just mark out that. Oof. This whole vector block. Something. If they there's a 1 minute block here, which was responsible for a break of structure. If they somehow tap into this little little area of liquidity here into this block, like this, maybe I might take a long from that. Right. But if they do come down into this, I'd be looking for just kind of obvious, very obvious breaks of structure upwards. Looks like we're setting up, we're kind of maybe some inducement here to swipe down and then up. Potential. So this is what we have today. Oh. Let's take a look at our view ups. This one is below, right? But because we're fairly bullish, you know, in general, doesn't mean we can't retrace back into this, but just because we could not have to tap this this anchored VWAP and just come deeper into this block here and get a reaction up to swipe this internal liquidity. That's standing out to me actually there, that block. Um, the thing about taking shorts from in here is I would need a very quick move, I think, into these descending highs. Really? We have a fair value gap here. A block above it. Set the value area high of this consolidation. But I do, for UK, I like the idea of either coming, can I make this, just make you a different color, make you like yellow and brighter. I like the idea of them coming up into this large block here. They'll like do something like this into this area, right? Swipe some. Maybe when it's coming into US, they could bring it down into here, or because it's US, they could just, you know, they could do anything in here, right? So if we are bearish, kind of expect us to come up, leave liquidity here, into this block. There is a chance that they come up into this FVG. If they do, that's more liquidity taken, but I would just be cautious. We have kind of cautious this week. This is an area I'm looking at. If not, if we come low first, this is a chance, right? Anywhere in here could get that push up, right? Where they're going to leave it at the end of Friday, I have no idea. So I'm just going to play this internal area. I'm going to look for local liquidity points to work with. Have my structure done. I have my pull here. Aware of the fact that we did come into this OB. It's responsible for internal, but a lot of internal stuff's getting broken with big pushes, right? So money flow is very thick. There's no immediate divergences with money flow, besides a kind of a slight hidden one. Hidden div. Money flow is on the 4 hour less than it was back here, so you know, it's something to be aware of, but it is 4 hour. It can take a while for these to manifest. If I was going to take a trade based off this, because there's a lot of things that are here that I could maybe take the swing trade or something, I actually would like looking for a div here, like this high to be taken and it to not break. And then for it to come down, and because my requirements for a short on the 4 hour are not fully met, I find it hard to short inside convincingly, right? You know, this whole internal area looks begging to be tapped. We have mitigation in here, hell of a lot more than there was in here. We have liquidity taken outside, hell of a lot more than there was inside. But you know, we also have imbalances in here. In vector. Yeah, those are my levels, guys. I'm gonna take a few scalps, I'd say today. It's Friday. As I've said many times, just gonna play the internal range and be aware of what they can do. Last thing I'm going to do is I am going to check news. So let's see. Because the yen has tentative release date on their interest rates. And if that still has to come out, UK could be rather interesting. Oh. Huh. Right. It was as much as forecast. I don't know the exact number. Does it tell me? It tells me the number here, doesn't it? What was it? Oh, okay, it's less than 0.25%, but I'd like to know the number, please. Anyway, okay, that news has already come out, so it'll be interesting to see how UK reacts to the Japanese interest rates news. I'll look a bit more into that later. I might look at a different website to see what the exact change was, but it'll be interesting to see if that changes anything about how Friday plays out. The US really did a lot, right? So this huge expansive move, expect to stay up here a bit. I have my areas laid out locally and a bit more midterm, and I'll just play the day that's shown to me. Alright guys, happy trading, and I'll see you next week.